Hello and welcome. My name is Moe.
I'm Jay.
And we're your hosts of Half Baked Baseball. As two 420 friendly besties, we want to provide a fun, chill, and approachable take on our favorite sport. We are not professionals or analysts, so on this podcast, we will mainly discuss baseball news we find to be interesting, upcoming matchups we are excited about, special players we are following, and bets we might be placing. In today's episode, we will be sharing our thoughts on the Tokyo series, some special MLB collaborations, our excitement around opening day, as well as some futures betting based on our predictions for the 2025 season.
Yes, we are.
Should we start with the freshest thing on our mind, the Tokyo series?
Yeah, just get right into it. What was your favorite moment?
Oh man, I don't know. The whole thing was so cool. I feel like my favorite thing about watching both games is the overall joy coming off of all of the Japanese players. Just being home and having the support of home and sharing the culture with their teammates and everything. There was just so much joy, and it was just radiating off of everybody. I think that was probably just my favorite part.
Japanese are freaks about baseball, and I love it. I'd say my favorite moment was probably because I only have one game to work with, right? Because the second game I did wake up, I pulled it up on Discord, watched 5 pitches, and then proceeded to fall back asleep. So I only had one game to work with, but I guess my favorite part was just watching Michael Conforto on the Dodgers. Loved him on the Giants. Excited to watch him continue doing his thing, except on a high-powered offense like the Dodgers. He had a couple of nice hits. I think he had a single. I think he had a double in the second game. But really excited about him and the home runs.
Of course, yeah. Witnessing the first home runs of the
Shohei's
2025 season.
First.
Yep.
Yep.
What about Shohei's home run? There has been some debate on the internet around fan interference. In every case of spectator interference with a battered or thrown ball, the ball shall be declared dead, and the base runners can be placed where the umpire determines they would have been without the interference. So I think the ruling ended up being if they were not reaching, it would have hit the wall, right?
Yep. Bounced down.
Probably bounced
Center
down or
fielder
over.
Caught it. Throwed it to the cutoff man. Threw it to second. Yeah, I mean, it just didn't, where the wall is, it didn't go far enough in this clip specifically, it didn't go far enough to where the wall was. So it definitely had someone's hand reaching over trying to grab it, fumbled it. Honestly, keep your day job. Sick home run, but that's kind of disappointing to hear or see. Speaking of disappointing, our boy Pete. What happened?
I don't know, dude. The pressure. You know what's crazy is
what happened?
Even Shohei mentioned how nervous he was playing. This is the guy who looked straight in the camera and said nope when he was going 50 for 50. This is so the energy there, I'm sure, was crazy. I don't think this kid, he's basically fresh on the field chanting his initials. And every at bat they were chanting. Those people in the stadium did not stop yelling. Yeah.
PCA.
There was one guy who both
I want to hear a Japanese player pronounce it.
There was a group of people every single second of that game where there wasn't something else going on. They were screaming, "Let's go Dodgers!" Literally. I'm saying every second of every game. So those people were so riled up. I can't imagine the vibes. And, he might have been one of the youngest players out there. I didn't look at all the numbers, but just thinking about the rosters, he might have been.
How old is Roki?
Oh, that's true. He's pretty young. Let's see. Because we're going to talk a lot about him today.
Yeah, he looks like a baby.
Yeah, so he's 23. Yeah.
One of the younger ones out there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, yeah, so just a wee bit older than Pete, but the added pressure of playing in your home country for sure. Opening up, starting the game off, and he did great.
Yeah, he did good. Yamamoto looked good. Imanaga looked good. Watching Justin Steele was a little interesting. 5 Ks, but also had 5 earned runs in 4 innings. That one's a little tough to look at. I don't think that's crazy. I don't know. Maybe it was just a pressure thing. Maybe it was like I had to travel to all the way to Japan and.
Well, there was, I think, I'm trying to remember exactly what they said, but there was some mention of his grandfather, I think, that played in one of the first Tokyo games. I think that was in part of the reason why they picked him to open there, because there's like some connection to the lineage there.
I think he's still going to be great. I don't think that's going to be a problem. We'll keep an eye on it. But, yeah, so Sho hit his first home run. Tommy Edman hits first home run. And Kike Hernandez hits his first home run. I love watching Tommy Edman play baseball. Kike's fun, but Tommy Edman, I'm excited for him. He's hitting the balls. Ian Happ's hitting the balls. Michael Conforto, again, excited to see him in a Dodger uniform. It was just a good start. Of course, the Dodgers sweep the Cubs to start out the season. That's only right that the defending champs sweep the Tokyo series. What was the? Could you bet on that? Could you bet on the Dodgers to sweep the Cubs for the Tokyo series?
There was probably a sports book that had that. Yeah,
fun to think about.
Mm-hmm.
So we reviewed the game. There was a lot of other fun stuff going on, like all of the promo leading up to the Tokyo series. There was some of it shown during, and we'll get to that. But they incorporated like the Japanese cherry blossom style stuff into everything. It seemed like the jerseys, this flyer, this dope flyer. I don't know why Seiya Suzuki looks so badass there at the bottom, but he does. There's that. We have the hats. Got the hats here. They are both good, but they killed it with the Dodgers stuff. The jerseys. They just did, like, the Cubs one is cool, but it's just so simplified. They threw the cherry blossoms all over the Dodgers one. I think that's dope. Here's another cool promo photo they had. Because they didn't just do jerseys and hats. They did the whole spiel, the whole spread. The hoodies, the beanies, the sweaters. Hoodies, sweaters, same thing. I don't know if we can show this. I muted the sound because there's music playing, but Imanaga's pulling a jersey out. He's like, it's so cute. It's so cute. Nice. He just said nice.
Wow.
But all of that was designed by Takashi Murakami, which is a famous artist. He threw the first pitch. Look at how freaking dripped out he is. Look at the hat. Look at the glove. All the way down to the glove.
Yep.
The shorts. What does he got? He got some long johns on. It's an interesting choice.
Yeah. It was snowing over those 2 days, which is, I guess, pretty rare for that time of year in Tokyo.
Oh, I didn't know that. So that explains a lot. Okay. Clip of him bowing before the crowd.
Love it.
Throwing the pitch. He made it to home plate, I think.
Yes. To Yamamoto. That's great.
At least he didn't whiff it like a lot of people do.
Oh, the foreign subject of actually shaking hands in Japan. So
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. I didn't know that was a thing though.
Yeah, it's all about
That
the
they don't
bowing
shake
and
hands.
the head nods.
I'm surprised. What was that? Yamamoto came over with his hand out. If that was a thing. I guess we can piggyback off of that into the polo collab.
Yeah.
You want to see some? You want to see something really fun?
I actually had no idea that this was going on
picture
until
of Aaron Judge.
Oh man. Yeah, I
Why
had
do
no
they got
idea.
my man's looking so goofy right here? Aaron Judge, Ken Watanabe. What was he in? In Inception. He was in Inception, wasn't he?
I think so, yeah.
We got this chick dripped out in a
Love
sick
that.
Yankees
I love that.
jacket. They did like some dope promos, like this video. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but this shot of him walking into the stadium and him putting the jacket
Very
on
cool.
so sick to me. They made cards, Polo Ralph Lauren cards.
Wow.
That feature the Yankees. It's weird that it feature the Cubs and the Dodgers from the Tokyo series, and then they just throw in the Yankees because I'm pretty sure the Ralph Lauren like headquarters is in New York, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where he's like from, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, this
That's so
something I want to
crazy.
get my hands on, probably. Really cool stuff. It's just I love that they're doing all of this collaborations and stuff with other companies, other brands, other video games.
Yeah.
To get exposure out there that baseball is not boring.
Yes. We briefly touched on the Shohei in Fortnite last week in our first episode, but we didn't really show anything on that, and I think you found a pretty fun little trailer.
Yes. I think the best thing, well, I clicked on this first. Sorry, it's the backpack of his doggy. Isn't that so cute?
Decoy is great, dude.
I do have the teaser here. Let me just press play. With the samurai
I just noticed
suit.
the 17 on the samurai suit.
Yeah, I think when he was with the Angels, didn't he get like some sort of samurai hat?
Oh, that really is sick.
Or helmet when he hit a home run.
Adorable. I love it.
Yeah,
give me 5 of them.
Whenever he would hit a home run with the Angels, they would throw this big samurai like helmet on him.
Wow.
We'll throw up some images of that, but I think it's an ode to that. That's actually really sick. I just thought about that. That's cool.
I love it.
Yeah. Exposure to the younger generation about baseball is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I got some images here that we can take a look at of a close-up of him in it with the 17 on his chest.
Mm-hmm. The little baseball bombs. I love that.
Silly. In a fun way.
Mm-hmm.
Silly in a fun way.
Which is what we love.
I just realized this image that I picked
got
out.
Crocs.
He's wearing Crocs. We got to throw that out. Wait, is the other one he's got Crocs on? No, he doesn't have Crocs on this one.
I might have to launch Fortnite.
Where we dropping, boys.
While we are still on the topic of the Dodgers, I know we have opening day right around the corner. And I know we are all like waiting to see, holding our breath, the Tigers and the Dodgers.
It's going to be an upset.
Game?
It's going to be upset. Dodgers are all riding high after 2-0 against the Cubs, and then they get pounced by the Tigers.
Pounced on by the Tigers. Oof.
So I think that's going to be fun. I think my favorite matchup for the opening day is going to be Red Sox Rangers. I'm excited to see Alex Bregman play in a Red Sox uniform. That's going to be exciting. And the Rangers, Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, they're stacked. I'm just excited to watch them.
Yeah, I agree.
What's your favorite matchup?
I'm biasedly going for the Guardians and the Royals.
I
also just think it's going to be a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see how the Guardians really perform with their starting lineup without Josh Naylor. And what kind of effect that's going to have on like the team cohesion, because they've been so split up throughout spring training. I don't think they've really played a lot of games with their planned starting lineup. So
right.
I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. And, I have high hopes for the Royals this season and kind of going to be watching them pretty closely. So I'm excited to see that matchup, how it unfolds.
Bobby Witt to the moon.
Witt. That's right.
Hope I get him in my fantasy draft.
Yep.
That'd be nice.
Some home run picks we're looking at for opening day. We did not talk much about this last episode, but something we are going to be paying a lot of attention to this season, and something we kind of picked up on middle to the end of last season, is focusing on the pitcher matchups as far as what side they're facing. So left-handed batters switch hitters against right-handed pitchers, and what the parks they are playing in favor as well. A lot of people don't know how much variety there is out there from park to park in the major leagues, and how some parks really do favor certain hitters, and how teams really play on those matchups as much as they can to give themselves the one up. So we're going to be kind of pay attention to some bullpen rotations and really watching how certain teams work the mound, and watching a lot of switch hitters and seeing what they're capable of this season. Mm-hmm. What are some of your home run picks for this first day of baseball coming up?
I got some picks. I do want to piggyback and say I had no idea before I got deep into baseball that every ballpark wasn't the same dimensions, right? Because all the other sports I watch, all of the fields or courts or everything is all the same size, and I didn't know that, and on top of that, I didn't know teams like the Orioles could bring in the wall on Camden Yards just for the fun of it. Like, they brought it in how many feet did we write down? What was it, 2018?
It was a lot. It was
20 feet, somewhere along those lines. It's crazy to me, but it's super cool. The variety, like you're saying, is really awesome. But back to my home run picks. I wanted to be a sheep and just pick Mike Trout, because Mike Trout has hit home runs on opening day 4 times in a row. Does he hit it for a 5th? I don't know. It might not be something that I'm betting on, just because regression has to happen eventually, right? But also, it's like home run picks are just like, it could happen any time, any place, anywhere. But something I'm going to be locking, and a guy that I really love and be watching this year, is Lawrence Butler. If I had to pick one guy, I'm just going to put $10 on Lawrence Butler and hope I have a good day.
I don't think that's ever a bad idea. I think he was in one of the top players to win us some money last season. So as far as consistency goes, I think that will continue.
That's a guy right there.
That is a guy. I think I'm going to be watching Ellie and Reese Hoskins. I think both of those guys were just coming into their flow when it came to home runs towards the middle end of last season. And both of them have already crushed a few in spring training. So I think they're going to carry on those vibes, as well as the parks that they're playing in are very favored to home runs.
Nice.
So that's something we're also going to be watching again this season. There are a few parks that are miles ahead when it comes to the amount of home runs that are hit there. And we know the power hitters. Ellie is going to be at home where he's comfortable, where he very, very, very often hits home runs on opening day with a bang. I think we're going to see that. So that's where my $10 is going on opening day.
Rice Hopkins. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Is it Rice? Rice. Nice, Rice.
Reese.
Who spells it like that? Like who? Funny. What next?
Okay. We're doing great.
Also want to say real quick that this is the brains over here, or on the video, I don't know where she's going to be, down here. This is the brains of the operation when it comes to the pitcher versus batter matchups, okay? Every once in a while I have a damn good gut play. I'll pick some guy to hit 2 home runs and we fucking have a good ass weekend, but
yeah.
This is the brains up here, down here, or over there.
I just think it's under how do you even say it? I want to say underutilized, but like in the general market of how people understand baseball, the righty versus lefty matchups I feel like are underutilized. So not necessarily thinking that we're doing anything super crazy. I just think we are going down to the wire and adding all of the pieces together. So not only with the matchups, but like we talked about the parks, we talked about what the bullpen looks like. We talked about, you know, what people are chasing. Are they chasing records? Are they on a hot streak? Or have they gone weeks without hitting a home run and they're way overdue, right? We take all of that into consideration. And that's when we do that the best is when I think we're the most successful. So,
yep.
Speaking
Vibes
of,
in the lab are going to be immaculate this year. We're going to cook. Insert an image of Jesse and Walter getting into their hazmat suits.
I love that. While we're talking about betting, I think we have been discussing some futures betting, some playoff predictions, some award predictions. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So with our playoff predictions when it comes to AL and NL championship matchups, we kind of came to a consensus. This is something I wrote down actually on a physical piece of paper in my little planner here, and I'm excited to see how many of these actually actually hit. It's not necessarily something I'm going to be putting a whole lot of money on, but I might dabble a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'll go over our AL and you do the NL, right?
Sure.
So our AL championship series is going to be the Tigers versus the Mariners. We've already talked about how much we like the Tigers, their team, their structure. Scooble, he's gonna take them to nice wins. The Mariners, I just think they're stacked. You know, in my opinion, I think they're stacked. Cal Raleigh, Randy Arozarena, Julio Rodriguez. Pitching they got a nice pitching rotation as well, and I think that's going to show. Yeah,
I agree with all that. We talked about Cole Keith in our first episode as well, briefly.
We like Colt.
So we like Colt. He's going to probably do some fun stuff. So the NL, we are very highly favoring Dodgers and the Braves. I think we all collectively, as baseball fans around the world, recognize that the Dodgers are doing something super special, considering how stacked and deep they are, and the
Extremely
energy,
stacked.
the vibes around what they're doing right now, kicking off their season here on the tail of a World Series and opening up in Tokyo, MVP awards, and so I think legacy team incoming. We might see back-to-back World Series champs from them. We've
I
talked a
agree.
lot. Yep, we've talked a lot about the Braves too, and they're getting um, some players back that will be very monumental to their success, and a lot of trades that they've made, including one today.
That's okay. I liked Verdugo. He was fun.
Yeah.
I hope he does well. Nice addition to their roster. Acuna is going to
Coming
be
back.
back.
Mm-hmm.
So even though we're excited about the Braves, we do think the Dodgers are going to take the back-to-back. They're going to go to the World Series again. I think the Mariners are going to be there with them. I like the Tigers a lot. I love them a lot. I really am excited to watch them play, but I think when it comes to the Tigers versus the Mariners just have like a little bit more. So I do think it's going to be Mariners and Dodgers in the World Series, and the Dodgers are going to do the damn thing back to back. You talked about it. They're doing something special. This team, it just seems the aura. Everyone can feel it. Everyone can see it. Everyone can feel it. Everyone can, I don't know, absorb it because it's making me excited.
Yeah.
I just think that's what it's going to be. And I'm probably going to put some money on that for sure.
I love that. I'm right there with you. I fell in love with that team last season, and I am so excited to be a fan of them this season.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to get into some of the details? Maybe talk about some of our MVP predictions?
The details.
Get
Yeah,
in deep.
sure. I want to. You go first.
Okay. So I think what we decided is we're gonna each pick, maybe give one or two of our top picks for um, both leagues. So for the AL, I am biasedly going with my dog Jose Ramirez. A
I
lot of
like that.
people don't realize he nearly had a 40-40 last season, and he is just such a humble, mellow guy that just gets up there, does what he got to do,
Mm-hmm.
and he fights for every plate. It's just, I love watching him play. If I'm gonna go non-biased, though, I think Bobby Witt or Jordan would be my MVP picks for the AL.
I like those. You know how much I love Jose. We love a switch hitter.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's just a goofy guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a goofy person. My AL pick, which I labeled as my boring pick, would be Aaron Judge. I'm not biased. He is an enigma. He is an enigma.
Yeah.
He's gonna hit 100 home runs if he stays healthy. I'm just kidding. My actual pick would be Julio Rodriguez. I know we talked about the Mariners makes it to the World Series. That's going to be a big reason why. I think we have a 30-30 season inbound. I don't think he's hit it yet. I don't think he's hit 30-30 yet, but I think he's going to do it. His problem has always been getting off to a slow start, and I think he's gonna do it the whole season. My honorable mention would be Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I don't know some news that I read that he was on a contract here. I don't know. Some articles I read that they're gonna re-sign him. Some articles I said he's not, but I don't know. If he hits 40 home runs, it's gonna be close for sure. But yeah, would you want to talk about your NL pick?
Yes. So obviously we've talked a lot about the Dodgers being deep, and I think Mookie Betts has a chance at NL MVP if they go all the way again.
Mm-hmm.
I think that what we talked about a lot is we barely got to see him in action last season, and he was so impactful in the time that we did see him. So I think
Yeah.
getting him fully involved is going to be great. I hope he's okay, by the way. He left Tokyo feeling a little sick, so I hope that he can get over that and be
I
ready to
read that
go
he lost
for.
like 15 pounds
Yes, I
while he
don't
was there.
know. Yeah, so hopefully he's good to go by opening day. We can
I
see
hope
him.
so.
Yeah. If not on the Dodgers, you're not gonna like me for bringing this up, but I think Juan Soto, if he kicks off a good season with the Mets, he has potential for sure to take that
Mm-hmm.
NL
Mm-hmm.
MVP.
Heard that. Didn't want to hear that, but I heard that.
Sorry, don't hate me. Trying to be
I'm
honest with the people
coping,
here.
honestly. He's amazing. He's a, I don't know, future Hall of Famer in my opinion, but I don't know. I have a salty taste in my mouth for how he acted after the World Series, after all the contract news came out, like days after the World Series. Like he just didn't care. But I get it. Go get your bag. Go do your thing. I will not put you on any of my slips this year, though. Not one. Not to one.
Zero faith in you.
Yeah.
All right, so who do you have then for the NL, if not Juan Soto?
My NL pick for MVP is Shohei Ohtani. Okay, it's another boring pick. I have other dudes written on this Miller note, but Shohei Ohtani, like he's an alien. Only an injury would stop it from happening, in my opinion. But what I wanted to put if Ohtani didn't exist is Tatis. Um, whether the Padres make it deep into the playoffs or not, I think he is going to have a crazy season. I think he's going to have a lot of home runs. He's going to have a lot of stolen bases. He's definitely going to be the reason why the Padres even get close or make it.
Yeah.
I mean, on our full list of predictions, we did have them coming in the sixth spot. But
Mm-hmm.
I love Tatis. He's a freakazoid. I have no other words. I do have one other honorable mention. Maybe throwing a couple bucks on just for the value is Kyle Tucker. He didn't have a super amazing Tokyo series, but he's also on a contract year, just like Vladimir is. He missed half of the season last year due to injury, but this is a dude. He's got power, and the Cubs are winning the NL Central, and he's going to be a big reason why. That's it.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on the Cubs situation. We're going to talk more about that for sure. I guess we can maybe transition into rookies and then we can come back for the Cy Young. I
Sure.
think Matt Shaw put on a little bit of a show for us in the Tokyo series, and I think he is going to help be an instrumental role for the Cubs to do what we think they're going to do. So he is up for me, I think, for one of the Rookie of the Year awards this season. I don't really know who I'm going to be watching in the American League, but I know you have some picks on both sides there.
Yes, I do. I like both of these guys, mainly because both of these guys are not technical. They are rookies, but they were drafted last year. They retained their rookie status because they didn't have at least 130 at bats in the previous season, so they are still technically considered rookies. They can win Rookie of the Year. This is an actual unbiased pick for the AL. He is a Yankees player, but I think this guy is awesome. Jason Dominguez, he plays center field for the Yankees. 0.828 OPS, 0.280 batting average over spring training with 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. Well, those are numbers we like to see.
Mm-hmm.
There's a rookie pitcher for the Yankees I'm going to be watching, Will Warren. And then, again, with the Tigers, another reason why I like them is they have a lot of young guys, and Jace Young is also someone that I'm going to be looking at. A lot of good value on those guys. I know Jason Dominguez is like favored to win Rookie of the Year right now. So if you want some value, Jace Young, that's spelled Jung, by the way, and Will Warren of the Yankees. My NL pick is Jordan Lawler. There's some value on that. It's probably going to end up being Dylan Cruz or Roki Sasaki or something like that. I hope it's Matt Shaw for you. That'd be awesome. But Jordan Lawler, first round pick in 2023, so another retaining rookie status player. He only had so many starts, but through spring training so far, he had 1 home run and rocking .897 OPS and .294 batting average. I think he's going to have a good year. I feel like we should explain what OPS is. So OPS is on base plus slugging. So on base percentage plus slugging percentage, which is obviously on base percentage. You know what that is. Slugging percentage is only hits, not walks, not hit by pitches, not anything else that would get them on base.
But their
so
own
look,
efforts.
these are numbers you want to see. Is basically what I'm saying. Higher the OPS, higher the average. Obviously, is going to be higher the offensive output. So that's
He's set up for success in a good club there too with the Diamondbacks. So I also agree with the nod to Sasaki for potential there as well. So speaking of pitchers, do we want to talk about our Cy Young predictions?
Yes. I have for AL Cole Reagans. Nasty pitcher. He's got a nice pitch arsenal. We'll throw a little image of the screen on the screen of his pitch arsenal. Actually, I think I'll pull it up for you also. He's got some good stuff. Was an all-star last year. Was also 4th in Cy Young voting. So I think he's gonna be in the mix. If I had to pick some runner-ups, it would be Jake DeGrom. If he's healthy, that's always been a problem. I hope he is. I hope nobody gets injured this season. I hope we go the whole season without one injury. That'd be great. But that's not going to happen. My dark horse, though, would be Hunter Brown. He was not great for the first half of last season, I'm going to be honest with you. But he became almost unhittable towards the end and down the stretch. I imagine he's made some adjustments. I imagine Astros pitching staff has been helping him out, and I think he's going to have a great season. He may not win it, but if you want some value, there's my dark horse pick. Shall we go, NO?
Yep.
I like Blake Snell. Left-hander. Only had 20 starts last year, but he had a 3.1 ERA and held batters to a 174 average. Man's got a fat bag and a five-year contract with the Dodgers, and will have lots of strikeouts. This guy, he's great because he'll go just half of the game, get 10 strikeouts, and just, all right, let the bullpen take it over. And the Dodgers obviously have a nasty bullpen, so I just think he's going to be awesome. I have one runner-up for NL. It's Zach Wheeler. I like Zach Wheeler a lot. I think he should have been there a couple of times over the past couple of years, but he's definitely in the running.
I think if I have to pick someone from the NL, I'd like to see Yamamoto get it.
Mm-hmm.
Have a crazy, just breakout season. Do some really cool stuff. Carry these guys all the way. And just stack a team full of MVP awards.
He could do it. I
Yeah.
think he could do it.
Yeah.
If it's not Snell, it's going to be another Dodger pitcher.
Mm-hmm. So one thing that we discussed is following a few breakout picks this season. Favorite players of ours that you've probably never heard of before. Jay, who do you have for your breakout picks this season?
I have two guys. We decided to pick two. I'm going to be watching them very closely this season. Probably going to be putting a lot of money on them throughout the season. But first one is not biased at all. Ben Rice plays for the Yankees. Already showed last year that he's got that dog in him. And I've read that a couple articles that he made an adjustment to his swing. And after what he's already shown, and now he's done that, it is game time. He has 5 home runs, 9 RBIs, and a .974 OPS through spring training. And like I said, it is biased, but not biased. He is a great baseball player, and I think he's going to improve and break out this year. My second pick would be James Wood. He plays for the Nationals. Whopping 1.21 OPS, which is nasty, and a 343 average through spring training. He has 4 home runs, 9 RBIs. This is a dude.
Yeah.
You should be taking a look at. Yeah, those are my picks. Ben Rice, James Wood, or Ben Arroz, if you will.
Yo soy Ben Arroz. Yo hablo un poquito de español. Yo soy de los Yankees.
My unbiased pick, Jhonkensy Noel, aka
Nice. I like it.
Big Christmas.
Love it.
He actually came up in June of 2024, was his major league debut, and he's done nothing but come in and crush balls exactly when they need him to.
Mm-hmm.
I think a full season of him, hopefully they kind of keep him in the starting rotation like they have been. Even if he kind of comes into pinch hit when they need him, I think he's going to do some really, really cool things.
Mm-hmm.
His story is really great, so I'm going to be watching him pretty closely. My other pick is one Elliot Ramos from the Giants. He came up last May when Soler was hurt, and he's just shown off what he's capable of. He had a .254, I think, batting average, but 23 home runs in his first season, major league, not even a full season of the major leagues. And I also love his story. He worked really hard, came straight out of high school in the draft, and went through every level of the minors, playing a great game. So seeing a full season of him, hopefully, this season is going to be really cool. So those are my two guys.
He made us some money last year too.
He did. Yes.
We're the most biased baseball podcast in the world.
I mean, come on. It doesn't matter as much because our teams, to be fair, they were top 2. And
That's true.
You know, they had the best 2 records in their league, right? 1 and 2. So, it's not like we're unfounded in our in our bias.
That's
as
true.
Much as,
and this is our podcast.
That's right. We're just talking about whatever we want.
Yeah, who's to tell us? Even myself.
So going forward, to close out the podcast, we are going to do a fun little segment which would show our favorite random baseball related clip, story, news piece, essentially, of the week prior. anything we want to talk about or share that we were excited about over the last week.
I think I'm starting this off with the most interesting news of all. I don't know who Evan Grant is, but Evan Grant tweeted about a situation in the Padres versus Marlins game where Dylan Cease was pitching against Jake Berger while John Bacon was the umpire. We have your classic Bacon Cease burger going on here.
Unbelievable.
How can you not love baseball, bro? How can you not love baseball? Bacon Cease burger, that's good, bro. Oh, man.
Absolutely brilliant.
I appreciate you, Evan, for all that you do, man.
Mm-hmm. The podcast
keep killing it in the
Evan.
world. All right, your turn.
So we talked a lot about anime and the fusion into sports, and this week specifically there was a little bit of One Piece news. In April, they are going to have One Piece night at T-Mobile Park, where the Astros will come and play the Mariners. They are going to have a special edition shirt that you can get at the game, as well as like some cool One Piece activations that are going to be happening throughout. I'm sure a few other special events and activities throughout the night, so we'll definitely be trying to watch that. Also,
that's so sick.
Yeah, I think that's so fun.
Yeah, excited for that.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of One Piece, also, our Yankee Jazz Chisholm showed off his new Luffy chain. And if you watched him much last season, you might have seen him with a straw hat pendant in some of the playoff games. Well, this thing is so badass with the Gear 5. I'm obsessed with it. I think probably
it is so cool.
If you didn't know what you were looking at, you'd be like, "What the heck is that?" But it's literally so well done.
That's me. I'm that person. I had to ask you what it was. I was like, "Is this up from some sort of anime or something like that?" And
crazy.
Yeah, it's just a wild chain. Cool idea.
Not only is the pendant crazy, but the encrusted chain that it's on is wild. So I mean, we know where this guy's money's going for sure. He's investing, but I love it. I love to see it.
He's such a silly guy. I love him. Shout out to Jazz. I have one more clip that I found. I was just scrolling Instagram one night, and there's this clip of this family playing backyard baseball. They got the grandma at the plate. Looks like what is this? Grandson? Is it grandson versus grandma?
Probably.
Right-hand pitcher versus left-handed grandma. Mind you, I had to stop and look at that. She's left-handed. Check this out. Bam! Smacked it out of the park. She's so psyched, dude. Amazing. She got the heat on that, bro. Oh man, that I was cracking up. I sent it to you immediately. That was so funny.
Baseball knows no age limit.
Yeah. Baseball's fun.
Yep.
For everyone.
For everyone.
Put that on a t-shirt. And ship it.
And that's going to be it for us in today's episode. We are so excited for opening day, and we hope you will share some of your predictions and expectations for the 2025 season with us in the comments below. We intend to keep you posted on all of the great players we are watching and the exciting things they do throughout the year. Our future episodes will include similar vibes combined with thoughts on our favorite games of the past week and predictions for the matchups to come. We hope you will subscribe and follow along with us as we sesh our way through what is sure to be an incredibly fun season of Major League Baseball. Until next time. Peace.
See ya. What did we say specifically before we started to go off on a tangent? We can't get too high before this, bro. I hit that thing like 5 times while I was out there.